We did it.
We always kiss twice.
We always do. That's just because I'm kind of crazy that way. I don't like odd numbers. Kind of weird. So he's always so good to kiss me twice.
I know.
Yeah,
I just
guys.
know it. I just know it.
We are. Well, I just want to say we're in love. But my name is Kendra, and this is my amazing husband, Mike.
Hi.
And we introduce ourselves today. And then it might be a little bit longer just because we have some dialogue that we want to share. But our hope in filming this kind of slow documentary, docuseries, what do you want to call it, is that we just received devastating, well, can be potentially devastating news, but just devastating news in general 2 days ago, and it's changing our life 180. And we will share what that looks like for us. But as our world our bottom has dropped, as we find ourselves like turtles on the shell, we don't really know. It would be nice to be able to understand some other ways we can think about incorporating healthy things into our lives, with our marriage, how we communicate about my husband's health condition that we're going to share in a minute. But when your world falls out, your bottom falls out, then we're going through this process that we've never experienced before, and we thought we would just share it because we think that, and we hope that it'll be beneficial. I mean, certainly this is not our personalities. I always wear, by the way, I have to wear dark glasses because I had a brain tumor and brain surgery. My eyes get super sensitive, so I'm not ultra cool, but the sun's going down, so maybe I can do it. We'll see. But pardon me, I didn't mean to divert, but what I was saying is we are very private people. We have maybe a social media, a little bit, maybe sort of, but we're very selective, in what we share. And I personally am not one that's going to share personal information on the internet. But we just felt so compelled, and it just kept following us as much as we kept kind of not thinking about. At least I felt that way. But so I'd like my husband to share a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and introduce myself, unless you want me to introduce myself now, really quick.
Okay, you're gonna hate me.
No, I will never hate you. Sorry, I had to have a little bit of adjustment. I'm a little bit too wordy, so I'm just going to get right down to the point. So, okay, for the objective of this welcome video, I suppose, is let me just introduce myself. So, my name is Kendra, and I am going to be 60 years old in June.
I know, no way, right?
Well,
Impossible.
yes, right.
Impossible.
It's also on the shade, but I don't mind saying my age. I'm already so thankful to be alive, really, true.
I know, you're incredibly
60
beautiful.
in June. I have 4 incredible adult children. 2 sons and 2 daughters, and they have provided me with 7 of the most perfect, most beautiful, darling little grandbabies. And I'm a physician assistant by profession. I'm a specialty in neurosurgery, and
Very smart. Very smart.
well, maybe before I had the brain tumor. By the way, I had a brain tumor.
She still is.
In 2020, and that kind of curtailed my entire professional life, really. And so I had Ruby, who's the brain tumor, removed at Mayo Clinic, and so that was in 2020. And so then after that, I couldn't practice clinical medicine or especially neurosurgery, so my whole left side still gets goofy. But and I get sometimes a hard time speaking, so if I say the wrong word, it's just because Ruby gets a little active. So nonetheless,
I think you did a great job.
Oh no, doctorate. Really quick. So I'm getting a doctorate right now. I'm in my 3rd year, and the most important thing is, I think, is my nonprofit. So I have a nonprofit, and it's called the Disability Health Education Initiative, called DHEI. And DHEI's mission is to educate and educate physician assistants on how to better treat patients with disabilities. And so I have a module system that is free that I provide to PA students and PA programs. That's about an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's asynchronous, so they can take it any time, and it just allows their PAs to have a little more exposure on how to take care of patients with disabilities. And there's a long story behind that, so you can find that I'm sure somewhere on the internet. But this is all God's work. This is not my work. This is glory be to God, because he sent me here. He made me realize what I needed to do with my life in that respect, since I can't do the other things. So this is a beautiful pivot and a beautiful plan B. And he's my secretary.
I know. Very important role.
This is my...
She didn't make me the vice president. I'm secretary. That's what's a little...
Michael.
Okay.
The man of the hour.
My name's Mike. Who am I? I'm just a kid from the Midwest. Grew up in Ohio. Went to the Air Force Academy, was in the military for 23 years. I was a pilot in the Air Force. And since I didn't know how to do anything else, I fly for a major airline, or used to, and you'll find out why. And for over 12 years. So I've been flying, I don't know, for 35 years of my life. And I was blessed to meet this lady later in life. And it is a blessing, you know, and the Lord brought her in my life. And I knew the moment I met her that the Lord wanted me to be with her. And we've talked about this, and we may talk about it with you guys about it, but I remember the Lord saying, go get her. And I did. And we got each other. And so this is our journey. And so, anyways.
Yes.
So back to you, sweetheart.
It's our journey. And so I think at the end of the day, we've been married since April 2nd of 2022.
Yeah.
And we're just, you know,
almost 4 years.
I tell you what,
yeah.
we really love each other.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I mean, it's like when you finally get it right, I don't think we got it right. I think, you know, God got it right. And we, you know, it's just so beautiful. And I don't want to say it's effortless, because, you know.
It is.
But it is so beautiful and so fun, and we love each other so much. And so...
Now, how can you not love this person?
Well, no, you'll see.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so we're just gonna share kind of some private matter with y'all, and share the raw emotion that comes with having your life turned upside down in a matter of about 10 seconds or so. And as a couple, how do you navigate that? And so we thought that maybe our story might help. But
might resonate with some people out there, because we just had a busy, but what we thought was a perfect existence.
Yeah.
And we still have a perfect existence, because I love you so much.
I love you too, sweetie.
But, everything got turned on its ear just a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
You want to give the news, honey?
What would you like?
Go for it.
Okay.
You're the PA. I'm just a dumb pilot.
No. So my Mike here, for the last couple months, he's had a cough, kind of a dry cough.
Mm-hmm.
We thought maybe it was a little bit of, GERD or whatever, and just been kind of watching it, no big deal. And then, I read this study probably about, 2 or 3 months ago about the importance of a low dose lung CT for people in their 50s, and it's just like a really powerful study. So I decided to have one for myself. It's always nice to know what it looks like in there. So I had it for myself.
Clean as a whistle.
Clean as a whistle, thank goodness.
Yeah.
And so Mike, having this cough, I'm like, well, go ahead and get one.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
can kill 2 birds with one stone, right? So we had one ordered, and he had it done last week. And then, I'm sorry, my days are wrong. What is today? Sunday. No, he had it done, last week. And then
like Tuesday or Wednesday.
Right. Tuesday, Wednesday. And then he got the images back on Thursday, which
late
was
Thursday night.
February 19th, and it was later in the evening. It was about 5 o'clock or 5:30.
5, 6 or something.
And I was just coming back from a walk, and we were eating dinner, and Mike says to me, "Hey," he goes, "I have my results back." He goes, "When do the doctor will call so we can talk about it?" And he said, I said, "Oh, you got them back? Oh my gosh, I'd love to see them." He goes, "Yeah, let's look at them, show me them or whatever." And so we pulled up his scans, and I only had at that time a lung CT. I didn't have anything in the abdomen or pelvis. And so when I pulled up the lung CT and I did different types of images and cuts and that type of thing, I did observe these masses in both of his lungs.
Yeah.
And several many masses in both of his lungs. And I don't know how I can say this without crying. I think because I have been crying most of the day, so
Yeah.
I don't think I've said this without crying, but I'm happy. Maybe this is more reason to keep going. But at any rate, I see these large nodules in his lungs, and he's standing behind me. And, you know, what is that? What is that? And I said, well, they're masses. Let's continue to look. So we knew that something was awry. And then we were stunned, really. We didn't really say a whole lot. And all of a sudden, the report comes in. And so we sit down and we read the report. And essentially it says that Mike has bilateral tumors, obviously in both lungs, and he has multiple tumors in both lungs. Some are actually quite large.
Yeah.
And they also said that the liver looks very suspicious, and there's a lesion in the kidney. And so they couldn't really see because it was too high. So we had that night to that was it. That was the beginning of the rest of our lives, to be honest. I work in, neurosurgery, but I've done a lot of oncology, and I've done, and I've lost, most all of my family, to be honest. I have one biological brother left, so I understand what these reports say, and I understand what it really could be if we looked at the whole body. And I was a wreck. I'm pretty stoic when it comes to trauma, things like that. When it comes to something that traumatic happens in my life, even my own brain tumor. Sorry, my hair is static, but it's flying everywhere. It's driving me crazy. I'm trying to calm it down. Anyway, even with my brain tumor, I was like, okay, let's just get it out.
Yeah.
But with this one, and that's all I knew that night, I was an absolute wreck. And I needed to be strong for Mike, and I knew it. So we were strong for each other, really, and I knew I needed to be, so I was, hopefully, and then vice versa. You were just mostly, and I'll let you speak for yourself, but at any rate, that was the first night. And then,
well,
I'm getting too wordy, huh?
let me just say.
Okay, should I just say it?
Yeah, let me just say.
You say.
We ended up going to the ER the next day, and maybe we should save this for the next video. Because, it was what our fears were from Thursday night were confirmed and more the next day at the ER. And it's like you're a turtle on a shell, like my lovely wife likes to say. But then that turtle got kicked down the stairs. So follow along with us on this journey, because you may be there. You may be running along fat, dumb, and happy, and life is great, and then all of a sudden, life has changes for you. And the only thing you can do is find strength within yourself, find strength from your spouse, and just call upon the good Lord to give you peace and calm, and just surround yourself with the knowledge that the Lord will take care of you. And that's where we are, aren't we?
That's so beautifully said.
I get lucky every once in a while.
You're so beautiful. Is there anything else? I'd love for you to share anything else before we talk about it.
God willing, we may have years of this.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be great?
Oh, all I could ever ask for.
I know. So that's all we have for now.
Stay tuned for tomorrow.